What's good, everybody? This is Mr. Skull Bottom, and I wanted to talk about the 6'5" Point Guard Playmaker in 2K17. Now, before I get more in depth with the build, I just wanted to set one thing straight. I'm not trying to be one of them YouTubers that say, oh, do this build, it's the best build. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to give y'all my experience with some highlights and talk about the offense and the defense. So let's get right into it. This year, they changed up the shot meter. No longer will you have to wait for the meter to get halfway and then release. Now you gotta wait for the meter to fill up completely and then release. That's how you get the greens in this game. Now with this build, I was able to hit threes, but only when I was really wide open. Cause I did try testing the waters, you know. Last year anybody could hit a three doing a cartwheel, you know what I mean? Come on, son. So I tried to do it, you know, contested shots, and it wasn't working out. I say stick to, you know, the high percentage shots. Pretty much when you're open, take the three, you'll make it. Now let's talk about speed. Last year I was a 6'3" guard, and I was pretty fast. I was pretty much outrunning anybody I played with in my park. This year I picked 6'5", so obviously you're gonna be a little slower. But honestly, I was still outrunning people in this Prelude. I was running up the floor. I was getting back on defense pretty quick. The ball in my hands, the speed was incredible. So I think speed, you ain't even got to worry about it with this build. Now let's talk about the defense. The defense this year for this game, I think it's much easier. It's much more fluid. You move around so easily. You don't get stuck when you hit hard defense and let go. I mean, you get right back into it. And with this build, there's a good chance that you'll be taller than the opposing guard. You'll have length over them, have wide shoulders. It just makes defense easier. You're going to stay in front of your opponent and probably end up with the steal like I did on a few occasions. Now the rebounding, I don't think they did much work to it. To me, it looks the same. I mean, if you could see something I can't, let me know, but the rebounding looks exactly the same. The animations are the same. I wouldn't recommend raising a stat, and since you're 6'5", you're gonna be getting boards if you're positioned the right way. I mean, no matter what height you are, you're gonna get boards. Now the last thing I wanted to talk about was the passing. The passing hasn't changed. You know, your teammates still run around like dummies causing turnovers, and nothing makes me more frustrated when that happens. You know, you call for a pick, your teammate sets the pick, and then he cuts to the middle. There's nobody else in the middle. You lob the ball, and for some reason, the defender in front of you catches the ball and causes a turnover. And you know, turnovers, you know, they could drop your stock. 1 or 2 turnovers and you drop in the lottery, man. And you don't want your stock to plummet in the Prelude, because in the Prelude, if you're projected to be a top 3 draft, you get to play for Team USA, man. So don't let your stock plummet. You feel me? Don't let your stock plummet. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. This is my first video ever for 2K. So I'll see y'all next weekend for that early tip-off. You hear me? Like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I'll check y'all out, players. Mr. Skull Bottom out.